max of usage before we gotta swap them out.
Okay.
Which honestly depends on how you look at it, but for me, I feel it's a bit of a downgrade because back then our old ear protection could last 7 hours on a AA battery. Now these take about an hour. But the offshoot is that I guess we can link our we can link our radios to our bloody headsets now. But wires
guess.
everywhere.
I think
Hi,
it's
Joe.
valid. It's important.
Hey
I
Mike,
forgot
what's
to
up?
mute.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, I'm just finishing off dinner. Good to see you again, Joe.
Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit better, but long COVID symptoms are there.
Bullet recovered?
Well, the bruising is gone, and I can move my arm without feeling pain anymore, so I would say yes.
Okay.
That was wild. When you were like, I got shot, and we're like, that was hyperbole, right?
I need to remind you guys that when I sent that message, I was like, okay. I was like sedated in the freaking hospital, like, okay, gotta tell these guys that I won't be making it to the session. It's like,
Like, your brain's like, ah, shit. Now I can't play D&D. Aww.
that was literally like the first thing that popped to my mind. It wasn't the fact that I got shot or anything. I was like, god damn it, I'm gonna have to miss this week's session.
To be fair, it was a lot of Well, you missed 2 weeks, kan?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. The last week was very much RP, and a whole chunk of it was taken by Ida and Mike. For Wendigo and Gunlog. It was very interesting. You should definitely listen to it, because it is a lot.
All right, we'll do.
By
my
a
goodness,
lot, I
finally.
mean it's very emotional.
Oh, that's fine. Also, I heard that Kat got her first D&D shock 2 weeks ago, I think. Want to tell me what that's about?
Cat went sort of when Wendigo went through his like, what is wrong with me? Religion, help me God, that kind of thing. Cat was like, what the fuck?
I see. Was she
But
not
it
aware?
didn't sort of kick in until after, like an hour after, and she's like, I can't sleep.
Oh no.
Hello.
Hello.
Who can?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I need you to go closer to your mic, Ida.
I am so close to my mic.
Okay, now you are. Just now it's like pretty far.
Okay.
We're waiting for Joe to finish his mic so that I can stop hearing myself.
Yeah, hold on.
How are
I'm
you
almost
feeling,
on-
Joe? Are you feeling better? Oh god.
No, exactly.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on speakers right now because I'm fiddling around with my helmet communications and I need to wear the headset on this to actually figure out what the fuck where I fucked up with this because I had freaking miswired the damn thing so that the left output is coming out of the right ear cup. That's not good. I'm trying to fix that real quick. I'll be back. But in response to your question, Ida, I am feeling much better. The bullet has basically, well, the injury the bullet causes basically recovered. I can move my arm without feeling pain anymore. But the offshoot is that I now have long COVID symptoms, which has impacted my lung capacity more than my already kind of bad situation.
For the record, if anybody's watching right now, the bullet did not give him COVID. The COVID thing happened after.
Very important. Yes.
After you got shot, yes.
It's so wild. It's like, oh,
It is
shit.
the craziest thing that I've heard about happening to someone I know.
Exactly. Like, what the hell, man? Okay, I'm
So
gonna
I've been
purge
shot.
roll.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Ah.
man has a bullet hole in his heart. I think he died of COVID.
To be fair, a lot of COVID death reporting is underreported because they would file it under wasn't it
Probably.
like
Fucking issue.
breathing difficulties or something like that? That's the official way to say it, but I cannot brain right now.
If you have a bullet hole in your heart, though, at least you won't suffer from long COVID.
Okay, wait.
very long.
Let me just put it this way. Guy suffers from bullet hole in his heart. Doctor goes, he died from shock. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay, I need to switch the audio back to my headsets.
Okay.
Okay, can you guys try talking for a moment?
Meow, 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 meow,
Okay.
meow.
Everything's fine now. Everything's Gucci.
Okay, very good. Very good.
All right, I have figured out what was wrong with my freaking helmet. I apparently took the wrong freaking wire and I routed it through the wrong lane, so it fucking upside down the connection. Oh,
Huh?
fuck my life. No, basically what I
Sure.
did was I took the right input and put it into the left socket. So it's supposed to go right, and left. So I kinda
Oh,
fucking
okay, you
cross-wired
did
it.
that. So
you
that is
literally had your wires crossed.
Yeah, pretty
literally.
much.
I perpetually have that for my sound system because I never bothered to switch it back because it's
No.
such an effort for me to do that.
No,
And
because,
I'm
you know,
weak.
the
So-
issue with the wire is fuck.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
So for my sound system, left is right, right is left.
Hmm.
And
when
it's
you
very
play
jarring.
games, that
Yeah, it's very
fucker up with
jarring
that.
when I'm playing games because the character be talking on my left, but the sound is coming from my right. And I'm like,
Or when
I'm
you
looking
hear
at
something
you.
rustling in some bushes nearby,
and it's
to
the
the left
wrong
of you.
side.
it's to the right.
And
That's what
it
Terror
is
like, oh shit.
it is a very interesting recalibration that my brain does because I will instinctively turn to the correct way.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That used to it now.
Yeah, because your brain's like, you fucked up. It's fine. I fixed it. It's
fine, I fixed it.
it's that knowledge that actually
I
when
trained
you look at
myself.
something,
What?
the image that you see is actually upside down, but your brain writes it the right way up.
Mhm.
Right.
Like that is
You just-
actual fact.
You just got yourself used to it.
Yeah.
You programmed a response in yourself.
Exactly. This is why
You
humans are
love
very,
in
very
yourself.
interesting. People are like, "Oh yeah, what if we never get out of COVID stress?" And I'm like, you underestimate the ability for a human to
You get used to shit.
rationalize and normalize bad situations. It's why people stay in bad relationships.
Ye-
Welcome to a
Those are
podcast.
dumb fucks.
Yes. Don't do that.
No, please
Who are
don't.
we waiting for? We are waiting for Cat.
Cat.
Meow meow.
A wizard.
Are you guys ready with all your asking stuff? Okay, Joe, what would you want? Do you want money? Do you want more gems? Do you want like a whole bag of gems so you can have Floaty and then Floaty Mark 2 and Mark 3 when original Floaty dies? And then you can just be like, create.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Because there's so many things that Valerius would want, it's a bit hard to because I'm not gonna throw the entire list because Gunlock is gonna look at me like, what the fuck, Val? Like,
Okay,
you-
okay.
we
Don't
did-
bother with your don't bother with your list. List the top 3 priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
if you must know, Ida has also sent like a very, very big list of let's throw
Is it not?
pasta on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
That
see
works
what
as
they've
well.
got. That's literally it. I'm just gonna suggest a bunch of shit, and then
Yeah.
we'll see what they can actually get me.
Yeah.
brooms of flying /
No, you're not gonna get
carpets,
that. That's ridiculous.
non-detection stuff. Okay.
Be very helpful.
For the most part, a bunch of the stuff is they wouldn't have because it is found items by adventurers. Like adventurers are gonna have to die in a place
Uh-huh.
for it to be freed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
But some stuff is like standard issue, like the clicky, what is it called? Hang on, I wrote it down.
So it might be
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
I don't know, magic
The
stuff to
immovable
go get.
rod, for example, is like standard issue. If anybody wants it, it's like there's 30 in the
Just
basement somewhere.
grab 6 of them somewhere. Okay. All right, couple things I would like to get. This is actually pretty stupid. I was toying around with the idea for Valerius having boots of levitation and something to cast gust of wind, so Valerius essentially becomes a fucking jetpack.
You want a jetpack?
I'm not asking for a jetpack. I'm just asking for the components to one.
You want to make a jetpack?
He wants to
And-
MacGyver himself a jetpack that will surely
just-
work not very well.
Just FYI, you are holding on to somebody else's multi-purpose tool.
Oh, I'm
This
very much
would
aware.
be the appropriate time to say, hey, if you
me
have
one.
one, can I have it? Like
Oh,
permanently.
Because I've already like paid what's her face Imogen for one already. That's the problem.
I mean, you can always like ignore
I-
that. No, you can't. She'll
No,
just be
I
like, no, you
can't.
no take
It's like,
backsies.
hey, she's probably gonna spam me like 2
mean,
sendings
take
a day.
back.
Say, hey, we have your shit here. You put
I
this
mean,
on the rush order as
There
well.
might be like an order fee, and then she can just go ahead and sell it to someone else. Surely people want those kind of tools.
I
True.
mean, that's probably the reason why it's not in stock at the
Wait,
moment.
I need to know whether or not you give money because I didn't write it down. Can you sort
let me-
of tell
let me
me
check my
if you
notes.
put money because I remember saying that she cannot confirm it's out of stock right now, but if it is, she will tell you. I don't know if you give any money there.
All right, hang on. Scrolling through my session notes real quick. All right,
If you have
session
zero money, then you
session
probably get money.
session 33. I was quoted a price of 270 platinum points for an all-purpose tool.
Mm-hmm. But did
It's-
you put down money on it to buy?
I put down 200 gold to place an order, and this is the rush fee.
Okay. Okay, let me write that down. It's 33, right?
Yeah. Well, according to my notes, it's session 33.
Mm,
This is also when
Mm.
we changed targets and started going after General Basul.
Okay, okay. Okay. You should. Well, she hasn't gotten back to you for a reason.
That's fine. I was told at the time, if I remember correctly, that it's like, oh, it might take a while. And then it's like, but if you want to put a rush order in it, it's like 200 gold or something. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, why not?
It's been a few days from session 33.
Yeah, it's
Like-
been a few days.
Like not a
mean-
lot of days, mind you. Like just a little bit of days.
I mean, it's been a little bit of
today's
days. We had
38.
we've captured a general and a pope. I'm fairly
38.
certain some time has passed.
It's a little bit. We're very efficient.
We literally
Three,
very efficient. It's like,
five,
yes,
six,
we're gonna
seven.
go after this
Okay,
person.
do you
2
know
hours
do you
later.
know how many
Yesterday.
days? Do you know how many days it's been?
Oh, I'm gonna have to check back
Oh.
my notes.
It's been 3 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say since General Basul, we got back and we were told immediately you have to leave the next day, and then we just
Yeah.
got back, so it'd be
It's
3 days.
only
It's
been
been
3
about 3
days.
days. Yeah.
That is not a lot of days.
Imagine be like, yo, I know I told you there was a rush fee, but come on, I need some time to work.
Just FYI for people who don't know, in the game schedule, I actually put down in-game time and days from session 0. So you don't have to ask me,
Very
you can
helpful.
just check this.
You know we will still ask you though, because sometimes
You
We
know
just
I
used
will
to
get
say-
irritated, right?
I am
Oh
aware.
yeah, I could feel the irritation coming from the text earlier. It's like check
It's
the
like,
fucking notes.
I do
You
I
people,
do
why?
the emotional labor for you people, but you don't read.
All right, let me just set down this.
We
Fucking
forgot it was
massive-
there to read, okay?
Which
Yeah.
is
We
why I'm
forgot the
thinking
information was easily accessible for us, and we could
I
have checked it
think-
there the whole time.
I think what I have to do is after I put the session notes down, I have to tag this gang. Like
It's like,
Yep.
all right, fuckers, here it is.
Yeah,
I have to
at
just
everyone.
do the tag, like at Immortals. Motherfucker,
Yep.
read the notes.
You should write that as well. Actually, that should be at the top.
It's like, all right,
Uh,
guys, the session.
You laugh,
Here are the session
but I am not
details.
joking.
Fucking read them.
I
Oh,
think it would be. I have to sort of streamline the process for part 2 so that all the information would be more accessible.
understandable. Oh, by the way,
I
speaking
reckon
of,
for part 2, we should try and see if we can get like a shared note document. Like
Shared
a
note-
Google
I
Doc or
mean,
something.
that's I can open
Technically.
that. It's very easy.
isn't that already what my notes are?
Yeah,
you guys just
but
like,
it's only,
just
but it's only you using it. Like something we should all be probably
Oh,
looking into.
I highly doubt that because I'm fairly certain Cat checks into my notes quite often. Okay,
Um,
but
what you can do is you can start up like a shared Google Docs or like a
wait,
you know
wasn't
what we
What is
have for
this?
Sam Morris?
wasn't
Yep.
there this
Yeah.
app that we used back then, Cat, for Shao, for note taking purposes for a different campaign? What was it called again?
You mean for my campaign? It's
No, 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 no,
Notion.
no, no. No, not for your campaign. I think it was one of mine from a couple months last year or so.
Okay, where is Cat?
I think it was something like, oh, you just like, it was like literally like a fucking board where you could put post-it notes and people could edit them and whatnot. I forgot the name. Wait, was that even you? Shit, I have so many fucking
I
videos
don't
at this
think that
point. I
was
don't even
me.
remember.
Like post-it notes.
Never mind. It must have been someone else. I have way too many people in my freaking.
Are you sure it's not Trello or one of those productivity tools?
Let me check real quick. Trello. Oh wait, hang on. I think I remember where the hell it was from. Let me just go to the associated group and scroll up like 6 months worth of chat. Where
Hey.
it be?
Like I wanted to type T, but my finger slipped. You know when
Yeah,
you're
like,
touch typing?
This is that game. Was the first thing
Exactly.
I was thinking.
You know when you're touch typing and you're transcribing from another page,
Oh
and
yes.
then when you check the page that you're typing, you realize you're just one letter off.
Yep.
Ah,
Like your hands are a little bit to the left or to the right, and
It
then
is
it
at
just
work all the time.
it makes no sense, and you're like, what does this mean?
Am I high?
Why hi?
oh god damn it, I can't find the freaking program. Never mind, I'll figure it out and tell you guys later. 'cause
Yeah,
I
But
don't know how to
seriously,
we have
decide.
lots of time.
A shared Google Docs with a sister Google Sheets would be good because that's what I use for another game. The sheets is mostly for accounting and items because we move items around a lot, and I want to know
Right.
where everything is because I am anal like that. It's like, who has this? I thought I
Very-
gave it to someone.
I'm very ashamed to say that I hardly ever open that up for memories. I'm very
I-
sorry.
I open
No,
it
I
up
know-
all
know
the
it
I'm
time.
normally anal about it, but I'm playing Wendigo, so someone else has to do it.
Oh, by the way, question, Sha.
Mm.
Just want to clarify with you again, right? What is the time skip period between the first part and second part again? I remember it was
can't.
something kind of
There
drastic,
will
right?
be an interesting sort of pre-surprise surprise. I will be telling you, but towards the end of the campaign when we get into the epilogue.
Okay, because
Like
I'm
Shah needs to see how the mission goes first,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. Also, I need to sort of not take away your enjoyment of the current situation.
When
Because
everything
let's-
goes to shit.
Yeah, let's just put it. It's gonna go to shit. It's so
No matter how
going to go
good
to
we do,
shit.
is there no?
Record stop. You
Because
must
you have-
remember how we got here.
You have to remember that this is only part one, and
Yep.
you're reaching the apex, and it's not gonna be great. No, I'm just gonna tell you, it's not at all.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we assumed.
holy shit.
Breathe.
To be at
Breathe.
cat?
No,
Oh, at her.
it's not the problem
Okay.
of breathing. It's like there's so much phlegm in the back of my throat. I can't breathe at
Oh.
all.
Oh,
That sounds.
did they give you
truly
like a
horrific.
cough assist or anything to get rid of the phlegm? She asks as her friend is
Let
dying.
it sink into your lungs. Mm, that
Besides,
sounds really not fun.
besides lozenges and like the syrup, that's about it. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't really work. I mean, I wake up in the morning with like so much phlegm in the back of my throat. It's like
Eh.
swallowing on something solid and it's not going down. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Sounds horrible.
I don't do lozenges because generally you shouldn't be feeding your body sugar when it's sick. Like you're gonna be stuck with boring food for a month, but
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. On the
mean, it
plus
is
side,
how
you
it
can't
is.
taste or smell anything, so
Wow, that was already a thing before COVID, so it doesn't really matter to me.
now it's even worse.
I've had some friends that are like, "Oh, you poor thing, like it must suck not being able to smell or taste anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? I had this issue long before COVID.
I
My
have
body-
long lost my taste buds.
That does
Everything
sound
yeah.
very
tastes
sad,
like
though, 'cause
cardboard.
lots of things taste very yummy, so that is very sad.
No, because it's
Uh.
like some people. Because like the first time when my friends like, hey Joe, why don't we go out to this nice place of food here is great, and I'm like, yeah, let's just go somewhere cheap where instead of like having flavor over quantity, we have quantity over flavor. And they're like, why? It's like, don't you want to like
Ah,
taste something good? I'm like, it's not that I want to, but you're bringing me to a place where it's like a 90 ringgit a steak, and you're like, it's like this tiny piece, and to me, it just tastes like freaking cardboard.
Yeah,
That
there
is
are
very
a few people
sad.
like that. You know how you have super tasters, and then you have people who don't taste anything, and they can eat like oat porridge every day for the rest of their lives for breakfast. And I'm just
Yep.
sitting there like, I would die.
Yeah,
I
so
would die after a week.
I had to
Aye.
tell I had to tell like most of my friends whenever they jump me out for makan, they're like, hey guys, I understand you guys are trying to do right by me by like treating me out for food, but I need to remind you guys, don't spend like
Adoki.
an absurd amount of money on my food mainly because I can't freaking taste it. Spend it on someone else, please, for the love of God.
But do you
Oh.
enjoy texture? If you cannot
I
do the taste, are you a texture person?
I mean, I can definitely feel the textures between like fish, steak. It's definitely there. Like, I can feel the difference. It's just that because back then I used to be like I used to love unagi, and
Mhm.
now I cannot taste it. So it's basically just like freaking porridge in my mouth.
No!
Yeah.
Sad.
It's like unagi has this like very distinct flavor, along with the texture. It's so
Yeah, it's
great.
very
Now it's like
fatty.
I just get the texture, and without the taste, it just feels like porridge.
Mhm.
So what happened that you can't taste anymore?
What? Sorry.
What happened so you can't taste anymore?
Being a medical professional that inhales the fumes of 99% isopropyl alcohol would do that to you.
Everything
Ah,
is dead.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so I have been inhaling that shit since I was 17, so it's been 5 years of this. So yeah, my taste buds and my smell buds are gone.
Yeah.
That,
I forget how
oh,
young you are too.
I know. He's the babiest.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
the
the
babiest of
babiest.
the gang.
I'm the babiest
Where?
and playing the somewhat elder character in this game. I have no idea that was the case as well until someone pointed out
Elder?
that, well, the older, I should say, not elder, wrong
How
choice of
old
words.
is
on my part.
Valerius?
Valerius is like 24 or something.
Oh, right.
I mean,
So
we're
it's-
we're
I think
gonna
Morgana wins.
we're gonna put this
Morgana
in
wins, yeah.
context of like, people age.
Life lived.
Mhm.
Yeah. So although Morgana might be literally older by
Mhm.
years, she is still technically like 20, like early 20s. No,
Yeah.
actually she would be late 20s because she she finished a uni, she got her PhD or whatever, and then she opened an orphanage.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of time, yeah. That's a lot of fuck ups and figuring out how to work things.
Eh.
We want to look at who probably had to grow up the fastest, though. Probably
I mean,
Wendy.
that was definitely good luck or
No, I
Wendigo,
would say
you know?
Wendy. It's
Wendy
like
probably.
yeah, that Elsa, conceal don't feel.
But I mean,
Wendigo is
Oh.
just
Reckon a-
let it go.
okay, like a bugbears. Imagine if you can't walk by 1 years or even
Oh,
half
you're
a years
fucked.
old.
But here's the
Just like-
funny thing about predators, right? Predators mature, like the babies mature slower compared to prey. So for prey animals, if you cannot walk
They have to run.
within a few minutes, you're lunch.
Yes.
But for predators, it's like I made 4 fluff balls and they're blind and deaf, and
They
they
can't
need to
see
smell
anything
me.
for a little bit.
And then if I leave them alone too long, they scream. They're gonna die. They're gonna die. They're gonna die.
I mean, I guess I guess it's pretty similar to humans when it's like when we're told like, oh, we're like the apex predator, but then if you leave a human baby on a table somewhere, it's just gonna and just die
Do
within
you
like a
see
day or
do you
so.
see the thing I posted? Like, what about baby said?
Oh, that-
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that is
no.
funny. You know why?
Bro, it's like-
Because everybody says do not shake the baby, and then you have centaurs like my cold feet are running, but my torso is like, oh fuck this.
You know, the first thing that comes to mind when I see the centaur babies, I'm like, yes, whiplash and broken spines everywhere.
Their skulls are not fused. It's just jelly bouncing. Do you know? Okay, you know when you pick up a newborn baby and you sort of watch the mother carry it around, and the top of the head is like a lava cake.
So the minute
Yep.
you're handed it, it just goes flop in your hands. You're like, oh shit, fuck,
Yeah,
where's
yeah,
his bones?
it jiggles. It jiggles so much that my lizard brain is like, oh, it's like pudding. I should stick my finger in it.
Oh,
Don't.
the first time I was ever handed a baby, like an actual like 2-month-old baby, I think I was 6 or 7 years old at the time, and I damn near dropped the thing because I couldn't fucking grasp the weight of this jelly ball. Because literally, it's like my 7-year-old brain at the time was like, oh, okay, this is a human.
It's a solid thing.
It has defined bone structure, and then the minute it enters my hands, right, the fucking thing just like loses all grip and just
pretty
go
pretty
limp. I'm
much
like, oh, fuck.
you hear the voice of Alexa or whatever her name is, baby deactivated.
Yeah, pretty much. I swear to God.
That was a good robot voice. I like it. Really
Thank
soothing.
you.
I'm gonna be real with
she's-
you. Even
she's-
after all these years and handling like actual babies in the medical field, now I still haven't gotten used to how some babies just go freaking limp like nobody's business. Like they could be like fighting you for like a minute or so, and then suddenly it's like, nope, I'm dead now. I was like, what the fuck?
I am tired.
Nick, is this baby dead? Am I holding a dead baby?
Look, it's floppy.
Yeah, I know that's seriously what happens most
No,
of the time.
but the thing is, babies have insane core strength. It's vestigial from the times when we pre evolution to the Homo erectus, etc. Babies still have that grip strength. Like they're not being cute when you reach out and touch them, and they're like, "I will grab your finger to show you." No, they're just grabbing it because the lizard brain is going, "I need to grab on something because my mom's gonna run away."
The minute you mentioned that, right, it just a Tumblr post popped up into my mind, like basically something to the effect of, if you're in a pinch and you need to get rid of a cursed magical item, just give it to any
You
baby.
can
They'll
always send it
fucking
to
grab
baby.
it.
It's true.
They're not just going to grab it; it's gonna go into their mouth. Because
Yeah,
babies are like
exactly.
sharks. They haven't honed their touch skills, so they're just like, I'm just gonna gum this to know if this is a block.
I
What
saw
letters
that
is it?
post
F?
and it immediately gave me a character idea for someone that plays a warlock that was handed a cursed item that gave them their patron as a baby.
Some
I
poor
love it.
baby is just like, oh no.
That is how I got. Yeah. This
Somebody
is how I
was
met my
like-
patron, actually.
Somebody was like, warlocks are great because you can make anybody into a warlock. And another person went, what? How? Okay, you want to make a warlock? Just pretend they found a stick in the forest and the stick said, "Hey kid, you want magic?" Warlock done.
Oh dear lord.
Oh, let me find my every Hexblade character picture somewhere.
Every hex leader. Where's Kat?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. Where's
no.
Cat? Holy shit.
Is she okay or not?
Oh no.
Like usually we hear from her.
Let's just continually spam the chat until she replies, because that's what I used to
Hey,
do to my friends.
I'll tell you guys, I'm playing a one shot tomorrow. I will be given a character, and we've been given a hook, and that's all I know for now. And the hook
Oh.
is our group of toxic heroes are looking for a job at the hottest corporation to ever be sued for rights violations. During multiple rounds of group interviews, the girlies have grown a strong bond. As the top
Oh, there
3
she is.
applicants in their bracket, they're now in a room with Amanda herself, ready to prove themselves the strongest applicants in the pool.
Hey, can you send
so
me that
it's
hook?
essentially that hook is
It's recruitment for basic white bitch.
no, not just that. It's recruitment for what is that show called? Big Brother.
Oh my god, you're
Yes.
right.
You're
Holy
going into
shit.
the Big Brother house.
I have requested to be an Ashley. That's the extent.
Either please, for the love
Ashley.
of God, send me that hook.
Yep.
I need to read it in its
This
entirety.
is the every Hexblade backstory picture.
Whoa, you're not wrong. The Hexblade I played in your campaign a few years back, Mike, was basically the same goddamn thing.
Well, what the fuck?
This is like every Hexblade, almost every Warlock campaign.
Oh shit, fuck, what was the name of the character in your campaign again? Michael, was it also Valerius? The first
Well,
one, not the
there were-
samurai.
The worshipper.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
worship
think-
of Altara,
I know
where
the
you
samurai
fucking
was
threw a
Ichikata.
horse on. I
I
know the
think-
one, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Valerius.
Okay, let's just put it this way. Joe has two characters. It's either Altharion or Valerius.
Well, there's
I'm
also
not wrong.
there's also Vitalian to spice it up a little bit, but
Vitalian is the love child between the two names that I just mentioned.
It's okay. I play party mom or party that guy.
No. It's just these two names
Oh.
in various iterations, like Druid, Valerius, Veltharion, Elarius.
well, I'm not gonna dispute that. I'm fairly certain out of like the 7 past D&D campaigns and one-shots I've been in, each character has either been Alfarian if it's either some half-elf or an elf, and then Valerius or Vitalian if it's a human.
So you're not one of those people that spend 5 hours looking at name meanings and trying to find the perfect one that both sounds right and has the right meaning and has to fit your concept?
Oh yeah, me just here saying Vitalian, Valerius. It sounds Roman. That's good enough for me.
I'm the second type.
I remember the
I-
joke is like spectacles, except you pronounce it like a Greek hero.
Spectacles. No, I did that joke with my friend. It's like, can you imagine the great Greek hero Hercules?
Tentacles.
Hercules. Also, did you know the prominent philosopher in ancient Rome, Sexaphone?
If anything, you making me laugh is actually getting the phlegm out of my throat. So thank
That's
you. Very
good
much.
because what's happening is you're compressing your chest cavity by laughing. It's involuntary muscle contractions. Testicles is my other favorite name. Testicles.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so everybody's here. We are gonna start.
Hmm?
Mute thy kind selves.
Uh-huh.
Tentacles is another one. That's just Testicles' taller, longer cousin. Okay, we're gonna start now for real. Do. Oh. What is this? Have you changed this for a while? No, it is not. Okay. Hello, Coens. No, wait. What the fuck? Welcome back to Immortal Part 1. Wendigo and Goodluck gets an inspiration point for the amazing RP last week. We can welcome Joe back to the table after a string of super bad luck, and we're glad he's okay. In session 44, Wendigo is reminded that he has friends and is not alone. Gunlug finds out that she can see her brother, although it needs to be scheduled, and Morgana is asked to find more information in her alma mater. How exactly remains to be seen. What is known, however, is that their families will remain in the safety of the Fantasy Club Med until whatever normalcy is achieved. We're currently still in Ethys's office discussing the next job, their compensation, and possibly a little break for them to get some rest. Who would like to start?
Well, since Ethis said that we would be getting compensation, that we should tell her what we want. Gunlag has been just like opening her little notebook and she's making notes, and after like a couple of minutes, she just rips her page out and hands it to Ethis.
She looks at it and she nods, you see her eyebrow raise. Are these notes also a combination of other people's and things that you want for the team?
I would have definitely put down, like, probably said so as I put it down, like the little suggestions I did for some party stuff.
Right.
You hear mostly like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah, no, no, we don't have that. Yeah.
Oh, so I would probably get good luck to put down what you call it, the boots of levitation, along with an item with several charges of gust of wind. Wait, isn't that just a
Uh-huh.
fan?
Yes.
She
The
she
wind
rips
fan,
out
yes, that.
another page and just hands it to you.
Yeah, it's like okay, thank you. Start writing.
She looks at the rest. She's like, "Is everyone else gonna write me a love letter, or do I expect it anytime within these few days?"
Valerius, after writing down his 2 cents, just
Mm.
slides the paperback over.
And
Yeah,
how
just
soon are you looking to move the prisoners?
again, we're still in discussion. We don't personally. I feel generally unsafe moving them in our current situation since since we left the town. I have heard of news of people, just the common folk, banding together. There's protests asking where the prima is. I don't
Oh,
know
fuck.
if you know this, but she is very well loved by the people,
Huh?
and I'm not sure. I just we have a lot of cleaning up to do before we move her.
And can I just clarify, do they want to run these trials simultaneously? Would it not be better to do one first than the other?
Well,
And that way they don't have to be transferred at the same time. They don't have to be in the same spot at the same time where someone could interfere.
I cannot make that judgment. I'm a money person.
Okay.
If I had it my way, we'll do it. Done without trial. She doesn't deserve it. They don't deserve it. But apparently, having them concurrently will make the process more expedient since there's a lot of proof for the case that is in tandem with each other's words. I don't know. I'm laws.
Ah. I still think it seems very risky to, send them to be in the same spot.
All I know is they'll be separated from each other.
And it would be safer probably to transport them separately as well, one by one.
Definitely, that is actually a good idea. I'm open for suggestions.
Let's say we do the general first or something, for example, and then they run that trial, and then do whatever they do after, and then we'll get, the prima
She shakes her head.
next.
Trials have to run concurrent.
Well, there could be like a 2-day between, surely.
They're running currently.
Okay. For fuck's sake. Well,
Wendigo will tap his head and attempt to establish telepathic communication with Ethis.
Okay, yeah, it's open.
Oh, I've heard so much about you.
Everybody sort of, is this telegraphed to everybody in the room or just Ethis?
Just Ethis.
Just Ethis. She sort of is a bit shook, and then she looks around the room. She's like, "This is new." And then she looks at each and every one of you. Does the sound vaguely sound like your voice, or is it
It
a
will say,
lot different?
"We are Wendigo."
Right. So this is new.
These are our requests.
And then you hear in your head, it's really hard for me to reply without also whispering. Out of habit, mostly. What request do you have? For everybody else, you just see Ethis sort of look down onto the piece of paper that she's been handed as though thinking. Wendigo.
And Wendigo will relay what I relate in DMs pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We are
This
interested in these purposes.
2 out of 3 definitely easy to get. In fact, I can get it for you today. The other one, though, with the teleportation, we don't issue that to everyone. Actually, we don't issue that to anyone. It's far too dangerous in the wrong hands.
We'll seek an alternative.
Noted. In any case, it will be under advisory if the situation pops up and we have one free. Would you like to say anything else before I address the rest of your cohort?
He'll add, when this has time, we will go to Locklear, where it started.
Interesting. I think you should speak to your team about that. Make sure the plans are good. I'm not going to stop any of you people from doing what you need to do during your downtime where there's no jobs.
Thank you.
No, thank you for working with us. And then she looks up from the pieces of paper.
So I still don't think we should transport them at the same time.
Yeah, I agree with that. But they do
what kind
need
of
to arrive at the same
sup-
time, so
Okay. What kind of support do you guys potentially have that we could use?
because this is going to be under Krayra government, you will have my support, the House of the Zarahas, and the House of Raxley. You met the Blue Dragonborn. He's the head. We won't be working with him. We'll be probably working with one of his nieces or nephews. And they
I
will
see.
be spearheading some part of the transport. They're very well trained. They're people, anyway.
Okay. And do you have any other teams here or anything like that that can be
She
used?
shakes her head. Because of the nature of this transport, I can only trust you. I hope you understand that.
Didn't realize we were so trusted.
Well, you've done the job.
No,
I think if you
that's
weren't
true.
trustworthy, we would have found out before we got several of the people that we want. No?
I mean, I'd hope so.
It's either that or you're doing a double cross on a later date. I don't know. I hope not.
History.
Sorry, what?
Has there been insurgents before?
Historically, she sits down.
Other agents that have gone rogue.
Wendigo
have
looks
been
at
agents.
Gunlock, and he remembers session 1 very well.
When it comes to rogue agents, we tend to find them and I wouldn't say eliminate, neutralize them. They either don't remember or are gone. Displaced. We don't take kindly to rogue agents. Which is something difficult to say because we still haven't heard from Etienne. I
Really?
personally am starting to get worried.
About his health or his allegiances?
His health, and to a certain extent, No, he's been a good guy. He's been working for us for ages.
For ages?
And she frowns hearing you say that, and she's like, I regret it as soon as it flew out of my mouth.
Uh-huh. Sorry, it
I'm
had to be
glad
said.
it's fine. I'm still glad you have a sense of humor. I accept it. Not a twitch on her face.
Security details. How many?
If we're going to split them up, as you suggested, instead of having them in one place, we can double the security detail to a team of 20 each.
Oh, that's gonna be really hard to pass off unnoticed, though.
She shrugs. These are
Do we have
high-powered
access to,
individuals.
like, what about some...
Would
I mean,
not
you guys are super
split up.
rich, right?
One by one, please.
Go ahead, Wendy.
Would not split up.
Maybe not. You guys are, or at least the people backing this, are rich and resourceful, correct?
That's why we can afford to send that many people per team if we're splitting up. I have
Do
to
you have,
say, I'm
like...
more interested in having them not be in the same place together.
Do you have access to, like, airships and shit?
Yeah.
I need to interject. Does Valerius know the existence of airships?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
You
dude, I
do
don't know
you
if
do
I
know
do.
that airships tend to not be for civilians more than it is used as a way to transport goods.
Ah, okay.
Like it is
These are
more
very good goods.
economical. Yeah, it's more economical because of the size of the airships. They're pretty much like Zeppelin class.
I
They're
mean,
massive, massive things because they're not technologically that advanced yet.
so we could technically keep them quite separated, but also not separated at the same time, you know?
Okay, when I
Big
say
ships?
Zeppelin class, the balloon is
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
But the holding area is not big.
The
Okay,
the
I get what
holding
you
Not
mean.
area
that
is
big.
not big.
I thought
Like
if it was like for fright that it would be biggish.
like
Okay, I found a picture that I'm fairly certain depicts what Shah is trying to say when she means Zeppelin.
like you know the Zeppelin that burned down into the ground?
The
Heisenberg?
Led Zeppelin?
The Heisenberg. Yes.
Yep.
You mean this thing, right? It's like the balloon is huge, but the passenger compartments are just freaking puny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But bigger.
Okay.
Zeppelin. Like
I
they're
see. I
absolutely
thought the passenger
stunningly
part
massive
would be big.
things.
All good. Still.
And very, very incredibly slow. I mean, occasionally one of them will have those magical fans that give them top speed,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody with magic will be like, "Okay, we're gonna make it windy," but it doesn't last that long.
Wendigo will try asking again. Uh, how has attacks happened before for transported prisoners?
Well, this is the first time in 100+ years that we've had this kind of um difficult situation when it comes to people in a position of power. Usually, our checks and balances, I say our, Kreira's checks and balances tend to be very strong, but it seems that things fell through the cracks this time, as history is wont to repeat itself. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be the same because people change. Their method of doing things will change. 150 years ago, we don't have the same things as we do now. So I expect worse, faster.
Hmm. Rexleys. What is Wendigo's trying to search for words here?
Do you send like multiple words in whispers into her brain?
No, Wendigo is trying to search for words and he goes like, if Rexleys had to intercept, how would they do it?
Their special forces? The Rexleys have strength in numbers and precision compared to the other noble house, which is also a warring house. The Ethelds.
Okay. To clarify out of character, Wendigo is doing the thing where you say like, if I were the enemy, how would I attack us?
Oh,
If you could do it, what would you do?
yeah, we're ages. We can just do it. There's a lot
Oh,
of things
we
we
just
can
send.
do in subterfuge. The problem is we don't know whether the attack is going to be from them as their group or from the people. We cannot hurt the people no matter what they do to us. Because most likely they've been fed propaganda.
Hmm.
We cannot fault the people. However, we don't know who is organizing the Prima and the Lieutenant General. We don't know who is advising them. They could be an entity all their own. And once she puts in bunny ears, taken off their heads, they're effectively not a problem. And we might not even come to any trouble.
What is current route plan?
I'm still working on that. I will not be able to give you an answer today.
Am I correct in that we discussed that the closest you could teleport would be a couple of days way away?
She nods.
So
That's the closest we can do.
let's do one day further out from where the closest is, just in case someone knows where the closest is and they'd be scoping out those areas. Did that make
Fair.
sense?
What is closest area? Map?
She pulls out a map. And from the map, you can see that
X marks the spot.
X marks the spot is where you're trying to go. And you're looking at 3 or 4 grids away towards the city of Roar.
Maybe we could even do just further north and do completely on the opposite side.
We were considering that. Basically, we're trying to find strongholds of ours that has some kind of circle or at least a safe spot that we can send our Rexley special forces and my special forces to meet us. We won't be able to afford to teleport a whole bunch of people.
I mean, how many are we talking?
Well, again, if we split them up, it's 20 apiece. If they're going
Yeah.
together, we're going to send 30 at least.
Okay.
Hmm.
And you think that with your 30 special forces that we are still key to this operation? Are they not better and stronger and more experienced than us?
She shrugs. They're not
Are you concerned about
Aegis
their...
people. And we don't know whether or not they can be trusted.
Then why
I
are we
trust the
sending so many
Rexleys,
people?
but for the longest time, the Lieutenant General, or ex-Lieutenant General now technically, she was with the Rexleys. She controlled an entire contingency.
Right.
I don't trust anyone.
So
The fact
maybe
that
a
you've put
smaller
in the
force with
hours,
just people that you would trust.
that would be you. Are you
Just
then
us.
saying that only you for
Oh God, no.
transportation? She sort of says this in like a full mocking tone to what your comment is, like with an eyebrow raise. Like it's not meant to be sort of negatively sassing you, but she's like sort of taking your comment and just feeding it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
What is minimum transport?
Well, we're gonna have two prison carts hit up every which way so that they cannot do magic, they cannot speak, they cannot communicate with each other, they cannot see each other. They are not allowed to know that each other are there. If we have any kind of communication between either of them, I don't know. Who knows with these people?
Yep.
And then we're going to have special people who can nullify magic. She looks at Morgana in particular. Morgana, did you give a piece of paper of the stuff that you wanted, or are
Yeah,
you
I
doing it
slide it
later?
over when you were asking as well.
Okay, she looks. And this would actually be helpful. We have counter spell scrolls up the wazoo,
Sorry,
and I
just want
can
to
give
double
that to you
confirm.
tonight.
Just want to confirm again the amount of special forces guards that would be assigned to the prisoners again.
Wendigo's asking what's the minimum.
Minimum. Wendigo and Valerius, make me an insight check.
Okay. Wait, fuck, did I purge? I did.
Uh,
Inside, please hold. 13.
So Wendigo, you've got an 18, right?
yeah.
13. An 18. You see Ethis, and as she's trying to sort of explain to you how many people she wants, what you can get from your training as an agent of chaos is that she's more willing to be safe and covered than she is with being exact.
Hmm.
As you see this, she goes, 30?
Per prisoner?
Again, it's the first time I'm saying it. If they're going separately, we're going 20 each. They're going together, 30.
Hmm.
But that's 30 people that we don't know that we can trust.
Do we have
Still
the
a big enough
specifica-
number.
Hmm.
Valerius.
Oh yeah. Do you have any specifications for the prisoner carts you mentioned, or are they being built as we speak?
They are existing and under the Raxley's purview.
I see.
They
If
are not the first magical or powerful individuals that we've had to transport, but they are one of the few that has strong following.
well, if you
And
want,
they are of nobility, which makes it even more difficult.
all right. Valerius does speak up that if she does need someone to make sure the prisoner cards are actually viable, Valerius wouldn't mind inspecting them.
Valerius, make me a history check.
Okay. Do I get any advantages to this, or is it just a straight up history?
Straight up history, this general knowledge.
Okay. 22.
You know that the Raxleys have a lot of firepower. They are above the Rikers insofar.
I'm gonna need a metric in terms of firepower. Are they using like traditional standard weapons like crossbows and bows? Or are they using stuff like lightning launchers or whatnot?
From
Because
what you have heard, their R&D is leaps and bounds above the Rikers, although Rikers may have more questionable technology. But they're good.
Good to know.
You sort of think back to the Dragonborn you met in the library and how she was talking about how there are certain proprietary equipment that you have on you that she created.
Right.
That she may be hiding a few extra information now
gonna
that you think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna retract my statement for the inspection part then. Probably Valerius will walk on there and is like, okay, half this tech I do not recognize. What the fuck?
I mean, you can still check it and make sure it hasn't been tampered with when we do get it and get before we put the prisoners in it.
That is true.
This does sort of put her hand on her chin and is sort of like stroking an imaginary beard. I actually wouldn't mind having all of you sort of scout the equipment, make sure everything is up to snuff. As far as
No
you
one's
know,
trying to
at
pull a fast
least.
one.
Valerius shrugs his shoulders. Not too hard to
What
accomplish.
What about the gods?
There's nothing we can do about that. It's just... we need the numbers. And I trust
You
Raxley's,
coming?
but I don't trust them. There's not much I can do.
Can we scout the gods?
I mean, you can check them out, but here's the thing. They're going to be going ahead before. They have to receive us.
Right.
Like I said, there's not enough magic to transport them by teleportation.
Hmm.
How much time until they would want us to get a move on?
I'll give them about 2-3 days to get there. And then we can get there immediately once they've reached.
Wendigo will look at the map again and at the point like 3 or 4 tiles away from City of Broar, and he'll put his paw over it and goes, which of these is favored landing point?
Again, we're still checking out the viability and safety. So I cannot tell you. We're still working on it. We have to make sure we don't land in a place that is under enemy control, for want of a better word.
What enemies are around there? No.
People. The general population that loves her. That will cause a ruckus.
What about wildlife? Other things that could be.
Wildlife is
You mean-
negligible. At this point, the Raxleys will have it handled.
Okay.
Even if I
So-
send one of you, you'll probably have it handled as well.
To put into perspective, you're more worried about the fanatics.
For want of a better phrase. Yeah.
Okay. Can I very quickly look back at the path we'll be taking? Like, how far is it again?
Okay, so the only thing we know, to recap, is that the furthest we can go is 3 or 4 hexes away from the X marks the spot.
I think we
Mhm.
can go.
But we don't exactly know what is in those areas yet.
That's the closest we can get is 3 or 4 spaces. We can go further away, I think.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't see
definitely
the
go
point of
further
going
away,
further
but
away unless
it
yeah.
will take longer for you to get there, and that's
Yeah.
what you don't want to do.
No, I get that, but also I'm concerned about some of their people just knowing exactly where we could be popping up and waiting
No,
there.
we don't know where we are popping up. There's no way they know.
Like, as it stands, what she has said is, we don't know yet where we're going to go. We just know it's within this radius.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're gonna need at least a few days to think about, strategize, prepare ourselves.
Correct. Because
So,
they have to do the same thing.
So
But
am
they
I
have to
more-
do
having
it
at
faster
least
because
4
they
days.
need to send.
Valerius will pose a question and ask whether if the Raxus will be bringing in a dedicated scout or forward unit, or will they just be supplying the guards?
There will be a scout. The scouts will go first. They'll make sure that it's safe.
Well, if it's not too much of a hassle, I'll like to join that particular group.
Out of
Probably
character, DM does not recommend splitting the party at the moment
Okay.
because
Mm,
that will
so
take
we'll-
you out of commission.
Yep. And also,
Unless you're going away for like a couple of weeks.
I don't think I'll be gone for a couple of weeks.
Exactly. So, like, if you want to go, you can go, but you're taking yourself out of commission because it's pretty much just walking through the bushes, peeking at things, and making sure there's no bad guys or
I don't think
animals
it's considered as what my character does best, but
or
anyway.
giant chickens.
Giant chickens.
Wendigo also does not recommend that the party split up.
All right. Guess I'm sticking around then.
I think we have more use for you here, Val.
No, but
Okay.
also like Wendigo does not recommend splitting up the prisoners because you have double things to protect.
Tethys looks at
Yep, okay.
Valerius. Look, I can give you communication with one other person on the scouting team. At least they're in communication with someone here. I will admit, I'm not very good with this whole like military nonsense. I'm a sort of sneak in, get the job done, leave kind of person. Or then she motions to all the stupid papers on her desk and the pens strewn everywhere, and she's like, "Or desk jobs." And you feel her soul die a little bit.
Mhm.
Poor thing.
Fun stuff.
But yeah, I'll speak up. Yeah, that would be great if you can get communication between at least the scouting party and us. No point in
I
having a
can-
scout unit if they can contact us and tell us about threats up ahead.
I can work on getting you a sending stone once a day. It will have a paired sending stone with another person.
Will there be
Once a
people there
day.
that can do
She
sending
nods.
as well? So if something happens to them, they can immediately alert us?
Can you instead give floaty to one of them? Because that would be a far more effective means of communication than once a day sending from either side of the sending stone.
Floaty does, you know for a fact Floaty doesn't go that far.
Oh wait, how far are they planning to go ahead of the conventional group?
Like
Look
a
at
day.
the map. Look
A
at the
few
map.
days. They have to be there like 3 whole days before.
Oh no, I wasn't referring to. Never mind. I'm fairly certain what I was
Distance,
trying to
I think.
convey was missed out on.
No,
You're
they
thinking
are
about
going
distance, right?
first 3 days before you guys have to go to the teleportation.
Right. Okay. Never mind then.
Which is why I'm saying, like, if you want to go scouting with them, you are essentially taking yourself out of the game for like a couple of weeks.
No, because I'm fairly certain I misunderstood something because I see the X that's near Chaston there. I was under the assumption that we are gonna leave the city of Bror
No.
and
We're-
freaking leg it there. That's why I was like, okay.
No.
He's
You are going to
teleporting,
leg it
okay.
there from 4 quadrants away, like a radius of 4 quadrants.
Okay.
So somewhere, yeah. And
I'm just gonna
like
gonna draw a freehand. 1, 2,
very
3,
very
4.
roughly a circle, a
Okay.
shitty circle. Like you have to be within this radius.
Yep.
Mm. Yep. Good luck asked if there'll be someone with sending there.
Yeah. with
There won't
this-
be any mages. And then she looks at Valerius. Not that I know of that can do sending kind of magic. Again, sending stones, that's as far as I know.
All right.
Mm.
The reason why I'm giving you 1 a day is because I don't want you to bother them.
Valerius shrugs. Fair point.
You get 25 words worth of updates.
25. Yeah. Per day. Cool.
So basically, you can send 1 to them, they can send 1 to you. So that's a total of 100 words
What?
Wait, what?
between the two of you.
50.
Yeah, 50 from you, 50 from them. 25
No,
cent,
25
25
No, that's-
receive. And then 25 cent, 25 receive.
What?
Can we respond
Oh.
to each of them each time?
Oh,
Each-
right.
It sounded like it was just one way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like you could send one each to each other.
Right. I see.
Hmm.
That's something.
If there's nothing else, I have to do a lot of paperwork and I have to go talk to a bunch of people.
Are you coming with?
No.
Okay.
Out of character, from what you heard of the Zaraha family, they are not a combat kind of family. They sit down and count money.
Oh, I see.
They are accounting people.
I'll just ask. Wendigo will ask. Will
Fun.
Rexley, who is the nephew or niece you're sending?
I'll give you a name soon. I'm not sure which one they're sending.
Can Valerius make an intelligent guess to kind of to know who they possibly will send?
Sure.
All right.
Make me a history check to see if you know their lineage.
My sheet isn't loading.
My
I'm just gonna roll
spoon is
off.
too big.
I'm just gonna manually roll it and add the modifier. Plus.
Okay.
9. I'm gonna flash of genius there, so that becomes a 22.
Okay, you remember studying just the general knowledge and family history, and you were particularly at one point very interested in military might of Carrera because you're like, hey, if my family doesn't want me, I'll just go join the Maxi military. It's not that hard. I'm
Not
smart.
because he's a big nerd. That
Not
wasn't why.
because 100%. Yeah, no. He's Weeaboos, he's a Armeeaboo.
You're not wrong, but please continue.
You think about it, you know that the blue dragonborn that you saw is the Rexley Patriarch, and he almost never goes out to these kind of things unless it's very, very important. So whatever you people had a hand in was very, very important enough for Cathar to be there. You also know that Cathar is the proud father of 3 children. There is 1 daughter and 2 sons. So it could be either one of these 3.
Qatar is the leader, the high person of
The Cathar is like the old grandpa. It's like, why do I have to come here? I have a
was
lot of
about to put-
paperwork.
I was gonna put his rank down as general in chief. Now I'm just gonna put him as the old man, and he
The
has 3 children.
patriarch.
The patriarch, right? The patriarch, and
patriarch.
he has 3 children.
Yes. I'll give you the names eventually because you're a nerd. You would know this.
So it's basically a daughter and 2 sons, right?
Yep.
Okay. I have a rough idea of who it could be. Are these children reliable from what I know?
From what you have seen, from the news clippings that you have taken into reading from their version of Tatler magazine, but for military,
For your serial killer wall.
they're all like they're very dapper individuals. They're very poised. They have a lot of grace. They're always, back straight, shoulders back, looking straight, kind of people.
Can they fight though? Very important.
Oh yeah, they can beat you flat.
Okay, good to know. I was gonna be like, okay, are they just like those fucking posh ass things that the minute the wind blows at them they topple over?
Okay. Just a reminder that they are the children of the Rexley Patriarch.
I mean, some people can be the children of very pronounced or
Not
very well.
not when you're military. You're following your daddy's footsteps.
Oh,
You're following
this
your
is a
daddy's
fantasy
footsteps.
game.
I know, but still. Okay, continue.
They have a lineage to uphold. Just think of your Joho King.
We're on stream, so I'm not gonna say anything, but I have a lot to say
Exactly.
about that.
I don't
The
trust it.
apple
They're
doth
noble.
not fall far from the tree.
They're noble
Okay.
and rich. Don't
Good
trust
to
them.
know. All right. I will regurgitate this information to the party and to Ephes regarding
Is nodding.
potentially.
She also sort of knows basically what this is. Like she's never really taken stock of the daughter and two sons. You look at Ethis and you think that the children might be around her generation.
I haven't actually clocked how old Ephes is.
Ethis is a gnome, so she's pretty old.
So
Like, but
these
she looks
children adults.
young. These children are adults.
Right.
Yep.
I need
Like
to
the
edit
patriarch
my
is
40s or like
in human terms like 80 plus.
Mm-hmm.
so they're in their 50s. Probably.
Okay.
Like they're not like 18-year-old still playing
No.
around kind of rats.
Okay.
That'd be
Mm.
hilarious if that's the case, though.
Good to know.
Okay, so to recap, Ephes wants minimum 20 per prisoner if they're separate, and then 30 if there's both of them there. There'll be a forward scouting team, and the teleportation grid is basically 4 things from the X. Okay,
Yes.
Or 2 or 3 days away.
right.
Yep.
We will also be getting a anti-magic galore, right?
We might be able to
No.
inspect the carriages.
No.
Did
What I
you
mean is
did
that.
you tell anyone about the anti-magic ball that you have?
Oh yeah, I mean, I did tell Ephes. She was like, "Oh, if you do like crack this, you're in for a promotion." You know that, right?
Right. Okay, thanks for reminding me. So that tells you that nobody has this tech.
Right. Valerius just
The
kind of like
closest
raises
you
his hand.
have is the manacles that they put on
Suppressants.
the Prima.
Valerius kind of raises his hands like, Ephes, if you remember that project I was working on, the little ball that I stole from crap, what was his name? Kel? Yeah, from Kel.
Mhm.
I'm not too far from reverse engineering this, so if you can send some people my way, we can probably have it ready before the prisoner transfer.
That would be an ace up our sleeve.
Make me a general intelligence check
Okay.
as you make that statement.
I'm gonna flash this so it becomes a 19. My character sheet still has not loaded, so I'm gonna refresh the page.
Okay, so it's 14 plus.
19.
You know that is a bold-faced lie.
Okay, never mind. If it's a bold-faced lie, I'm not gonna say it.
Like that is a promise you're not sure you can make.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it. That's the case.
But you do think that it
could
would
try.
be maybe faster. Just not in the time set by yourself.
Okay.
Like 3 days, you will not sleep. And then it
What
still
about a
won't be
week?
done.
I mean, I did preface with if I had help. I didn't mention how much help.
This is with help.
With help. Okay, what if we want a lot of help?
There's not enough people.
Joe, how far were you? How many percent were you into it last time?
Hold on, let me pull up my notes. It's been a couple sessions since I worked on this thing.
Let
Yeah.
me pin the anti-magic device. He's 5 out of 9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that-
more
that's
than
pretty-
And just remember, this is just to unlock the process, and then you have to build it back up.
Yeah, never mind. That is a bold claim. I forgot that this 5 out of 9 was just me disassembling the
Mhm.
damn thing.
You say that, but she still looks hopeful that you can do it. So she's considering it.
I mean, maybe with more than just 3 days. Are we able to get like a week or something to get some stuff together?
Wendigo gives good luck a look.
What?
Rexleys are moving.
I don't call the shots on this one. The lieutenant general. She pretty much tarnished the Raxley's names. So they're out for blood.
Right.
And Myra tarnished the name of the entire nation.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
longer we wait, the more supporters she's gonna gain.
How much? Okay. How many days do we have? Please, just a specific number.
I'm hoping for 2 or 3.
You're
Fucking hell.
hoping for 2 or 3.
I don't want to wait any longer.
Well, I think Ice Road
But at the
College
same
will just have
time,
to be another day.
I told you that you would be able to take 2 days off to rest. Because you've been back to back. And I would rather have all of you at capacity than tired.
Okay, understandable.
Right.
2 days, huh? That's really, really pushing.
I've no other questions.
No. You can't do it well. We need you to sleep and actually be rested and ready.
She nods. That's exactly my point. I need all of you to be on your best. Because whatever you did in the Omni Cathedral was genius. Nothing broke. She wasn't even aware. I am so impressed. Because
This
what
is a
you
lot of black
managed to
faces.
avoid is absolute carnage.
We will the items later today. Thank you.
She looks at you and she nods. She looks at the rest. Look, I am sorry if I can't make it any easier. But this is why we're doing our jobs. I can't make magic happen. Ages can't make magic happen. We have finite resources. Out of character as a DM, they have a lot of money, but they have not a lot of people.
Mhm.
And then she sort of looks down and everybody with a passive insight of higher than 16 can roll an insight check.
Okay.
Higher than
Ugh.
16.
12.
That's not me. Definitely not me.
You
Oh,
just see
fuck.
her look down for a while. It's like for a split second, then she looks back
You
up
know,
with
what?
renewed tenacity.
Hang on. Before
Mhm.
you decide the outcome, that can I give this to another person? You
Yeah.
can use it. Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
Flash of
sure. Why the
Genius
hell
works
not? That becomes
for-
a 17.
Flash of Genius
That's
is
better.
just actually. Did you see that? Can I ask like for the funsies, how do you Flash of Genius this?
Nudge with an elbow.
I just I imagine Valerius is standing next to Gunlock, like his trademark standing right next to Gunlock, and he notices something off about Ephes and kind of just like with his boot kind of just like kicks Gunlock in the shin a bit, just like pay attention, something's going down.
Okay.
Okay. With a Flash of Genius, that brings it up to
17.
17. Okay.
Better.
From the very general aversion of eyes, you realize that she is very sad that she cannot give all of you more.
Okay.
It's
Wendigo waits by the door.
disappointment. Okay. Morgana is not here. Where did she go?
She's
She
not
mentioned
feeling
that she
well.
wasn't feeling well,
Oh, okay,
so
okay,
she
okay.
hopped.
Oh, okay. So you guys leave the room.
Can I hang back for like a second?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll just tell Ethis that there wasn't any carnage, but that mission cost. Just so you're aware.
She nods, and then she goes, "Why don't you close the door and have a seat?"
Oh. All right. Okay.
Tell me what happened in there.
No.
No?
I don't think that's for me to tell.
I cannot help if I don't know what's going on. And if
I
you
don't
say
know how
things
you can help
like,
anyways.
if you say things like it cost more than what we saw, then I will take that seriously. I'm sort of looking at you as de facto commanding officer of this group, the leader, so to speak. So you can be cryptic about it. You can try to have all the burdens on your own self. Or you can utilize the assets
Look,
that you have.
you probably know more about this than I do anyways. You have all the background information.
I might have background information, but I don't know what's going on now. Things change,
I'm not
people change.
Look, I'm not sure either. Just telling you, that was not as easy as you made it sound.
Again, I could be flippant and say you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Oh, fuck off.
Exactly. So what exactly happened?
I'm not sure. But Wendigo is not okay.
Has it got to do anything with a voice that keeps appearing in my head? And I'm assuming everybody
Yeah.
else's?
Yes.
Is it dangerous?
Don't know.
Is it going
Probably.
to affect our program?
Don't know.
These are things you need to keep ahead of.
I'm working on it.
She sort of takes a deep breath. You can leave.
Get up
Make
and
me an insight check.
Okay. Let's roll better this time.
15.
I want to use my inspiration
Okay.
to roll better. I want to... No.
I wish I could help you get out of the room. Why? Good luck. Why?
Have you seen me this whole game? This is how I roll, okay?
I mean,
This
that's
is
fair,
the
but still.
Gwyn luck.
Yes, good luck.
You see that she is mildly like only ever so mildly annoyed by the situation. Because you feel like this is a woman who likes to know what is going on. She continues opening pieces of paper and signs a bunch of stuff. She arranges all the notes that you've given to her sort of at one corner of her table. But she has no longer taken an interest in you because she has asked you to leave. Where are all of you going?
Valerius, you first.
Sure. Valerius is headed towards his room to pick up all of the stuff, his stuff and equipment regarding the anti-magic sphere, and is probably gonna go grab as much help as possible and start working on this thing before they have to leave for Ice Route.
Okay, whose help are you grabbing?
I'll give you a list later because I need to compile all of the NPCs I've met. But generally, it's gonna be the people within the halls, within the libraries and whatnot that has helped me before. Like, oh god, that one librarian dragonborn, I forgot her name.
I also forgot her name. Let me scroll really quick. What
But
is
yes,
her name?
that person and Valerius will double back to Effie's room and it's like, hey, I'm gonna start working on this, so I kind of need help. If you have anyone you want to send my way, I'll be in X room.
Her name Catherine.
Catherine, right, Catherine. I'll be grabbing Catherine and I'll enlist Effie's help to send anyone my way to a workshop of my choosing that I basically just occupy.
Okay. That is an attempt. Is that all you're doing?
I mean, there's other things I want to do, but if I'm gonna meet this deadline, I can't do anything else.
That is a decision. Um. I'm gonna give you some time to sort of corral a few names, and then I'll make you do some rolls to see if you get them.
All right, I'm gonna go start
In
corralling names.
the meantime, let's go with Gunlog. What are you doing?
I wanna go to the teleportation arrival entrance hall,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna cast word of recall to set that as the whole beacon.
Are you sure?
Because I have to cast it once to set a designated sanctuary.
Yep, but you have to
I
sort
need
of
to
build an altar and stuff like that.
do I need to actually build an altar?
I mean, it can be an altar of your
I need to
decision, but it
designate
needs
a
to be like a safe
spot.
space. This
Yeah.
this arrival hall is more like an airport arrival hall. You don't
Yes, but
you don't
isn't
put
the
like
whole of the rest of this headquarters completely blocked from
Don't
any
you
other?
have your room?
yeah.
I don't think we can teleport straight into our
Why
room.
not?
Because
You
I'm
might be
assuming
able
there's a
to.
big old no teleport. That's what we've been told, at least, that
Yeah.
there's no teleporting into any other place of the Aegis headquarters other
Yeah,
than this
so
entrance hall.
you know that to be able to teleport, just like your family and friends were teleported in, you have to go see a bunch of people to sort of arrange that.
Okay, I need to go talk to someone and get what permission to set
Mhm.
to. Wait,
You can go to Madame Vila.
easy. I
You
will
head to Madame
go to
Vila.
the official way to do it. Anyhow.
I'm not gonna RP this, but essentially she gives you a bunch of papers of people who will be traveling with you. Essentially, this is like getting a visa.
Yep.
Like getting a chip embedded into your necklace that says, okay, transport for this particular location is a go. What she asks is, what do you need to prepare? Where is the location going to be? Because we need
Right.
somebody to come in and sort of scout the location to make sure it's safe. And then we need every person that you're sort of bringing in, and only they will be transported. Although it says you and the people of your choosing, it's you and the people that have been okayed.
Allowed. Okay.
Okay, this is the list so far. I realized that we can't work inside the hall, so we're gonna go to the village and set up a workshop there instead.
Yeah. You can set up a workshop in the same space as Normandy and Dr. Bosk, or
Okay,
a room adjoining.
The list of the people I want has been posted into Discord, and anyone else that this sends my way.
Okay. You have Master Ukyonk and Erin, but I need you to make me a D100 roll for Catherine and
Okay.
a D100 roll at. Roll me 2 D100s for Samuel King Philly.
Oh, okay. All right, rolling for Catherine first. 69. Nice.
Internet number.
2D100s. 2D. Not 2D200s. Wow, 31. Holy
They're
shit.
both terrible.
No! Samuel
Okay.
King Philly, my best friend.
Your best buddy, the number you have dialed is no longer in service.
Not available.
No!
Catherine will need a little bit of cajoling, and you do so miraculously because you. What do you tell her?
It's
Like, you don't have to RP
hey.
this, but
Seduce
just
her.
All right, very,
how
very
do you
simply,
seduce the nerd in her?
I come up to her and say, "Hey, Catherine, I have this project I'm working on. Would you like to be co-author on this project that I'm researching on?" And blah 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 blah. Basically, giving her like half the credit.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, Valeris isn't good at persuasion.
You can use anything you have at disposal at your
Yeah,
disposal.
screw it. I'm gonna
okay.
I'm gonna flash that so that becomes a
Oh,
22.
keep track of how many flashes you have, by the way.
I have one more after this. Don't
Oof.
worry.
Like on your piece of paper, because the last time we had to do that, it was like, how many did he use already?
Oh, don't worry. I'm actually keeping track of it every time I use it. Don't worry. I know
No,
I have
for
5 per day.
for us, to
Oh,
check.
okay. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. You see her eyes, her pupils dilate, and it's dragonborn pupils that is sort of it's a long pupil, and it sort of expands at your suggestion. And she correctly surmises that you are talking about that thing you've been tinkering with.
I mean, she doesn't need to know because she has participated in helping me deconstruct it.
Yeah. But she's like 100% sure it's that thing.
Yep.
And she's in. So you have 3 out of 4 people.
Okay. No, Samuel King Philly. It's fine.
You're not even sure if he's smart enough to do this.
I mean, at this point, it's
He's
better
a
than
derp
having
who
no-
got lost. He's like, I don't know where I am.
I mean, I have to give the man some credit. He was, I'm hoping, since he's a wizard, smart enough because he got enlisted into Aegis. He must be good at something.
In before he just accidentally exploded a bunch of stuff.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. It's King Philly. Okay. Um if that is done, Gunlog, I didn't miss anything, right?
Yes, because after I get that sorted, I just want it set up on anyone in within ages that would operating with me to have access, as well as my family in case of an emergency.
Okay. Do you go back to the house?
Sure. And I will want to, once that like the paperwork stuff is sorted, I want to just sit down. I want to try to upgrade my spellbook, not spellbook, my spellcasting notebook focus.
Okay. Your mom does approach you at some point, and she does that thing where she's just standing by the door. She doesn't want to bother you, but she clearly wants to have a conversation. Like she's just looming there. It's like,
It won't be as soon as I thought that you guys get to go back. I think, yeah,
do you have some time?
of course.
I
You okay?
know that it's not me. There's a young woman in the other house, very pale, elf, half elf, I think. She seems very sad.
Really? I remember seeing Erin looking really sad when we were traveling, right? To begin with.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Is there
That would
something
be.
wrong with her?
I don't know, Mom. I haven't talked to her. We've been kind of busy.
Nods.
But if she looks really sad, you go talk to her or something. I know that in a couple of days we will probably head out again.
I've been meaning to, but she's been cooped up in her house, and I don't know if I can make my way inside.
Well, you can definitely knock.
True. She feels so much more different from the people in the slums. Do you remember we could just go in anybody's house, announce ourselves, make
Yeah,
ourselves a
because
cup
none
of
of us
tea?
had anything worth nicking. Come on.
True.
But I know what you mean. It's a different world.
But something is going on with her. I know the face of a woman who. She's hiding something. She's hiding a lot of
Really?
pain.
She's Valerius's girlfriend or wife or something. But I don't know her. I've just kind of briefly seen her a few times. I think she's some smart scientist.
Do you think Valerius would be interested in hearing me ask him questions?
I'm sure he would. I mean, I know he's a little busy, but if it's about his partner, surely he'll want to hear what you have to say.
He nods. Maybe this can wait.
Well, what we're gonna do might be really dangerous, so do it before we go.
You see her brows furrow in. I don't like what you just said, daughter. But that furrowed brows sort of disappear as she sort of just puts her hand on your shoulder and then gives you a kiss on your forehead before she leaves.
We'll give her a big old hug first and just. It
Return
might be
with like,
dangerous, but it's really important, and I'm not allowed
understand.
to tell you why.
She nods.
Also, before you go, I've been offered an opportunity to go see Snorre.
She looks pained by this comment, but she's also excited to hear from her son that she hasn't spoken to or heard about in years.
I don't know what to do or what to say or
Well, if anything, you can tell him that I love him a lot and we're waiting for him to come home. He'll come home eventually.
I
He
hope
just
so.
has to be a good boy. Whatever he did, I'm sure he's repented.
Yeah.
You make me an insight check. Isn't very high.
Watch me roll a 1.
No.
Okay, there it is.
It's
But it
way
doesn't
beyond the
actually
one.
have any impact on the.
It it has in a way where you see her say that, but a part of her doesn't believe what she said. It's her
That-
soothing herself.
that he's a good boy or that she loves him
That
more. Which part?
that he is a good boy.
Mom, he's good. He's as good as any of us. Okay.
I know. I'm just saying that he has a home when he does come out.
Yeah.
You have a lot
Would
of
you-
work.
Would you want to come with me?
If I can, I would be delighted to.
I don't know, but we'll talk about it. Okay.
Sorry?
We'll talk about it before I go.
She nods and she goes, I'll make you some tea. Don't work too hard. Get some sleep. And then she sort of leaves the room. Now, we turn our sights to Valerius. You have persuaded some people into doing your job, starting with Catherine. Spent a stupid amount of time hoping Samuel Kingfilly, your
Met
platonic
once.
soulmate now.
Literally once.
But to no avail. He is not there.
Martin. Wait, no, Samuel. No.
Samuel Martin. Samuel sneezes somewhere on this realm as he feels like I need to go somewhere. Maybe it's the toilet.
Oh, by the
Here's
way,
the burrito I ate.
I feel like I should mention this. I am not gonna force Aaron or Masa Unkyo to help me if they don't want to. I was like, hey, I need a hand. If you want to help me out, I'll be here.
Master Ukyong is so ready to do stuff. I know he said he was gonna go on vacation, but as long as you've known Master Ukyong, he has never gone on vacation.
Okay. Oh,
So
man
when
needs to
you
do something before
you
he goes senile.
appeared in front of the door and he was like,
I'm good.
I'll
Let's
help.
go.
What are you doing?
It's like, right.
But Erin is a different case. She is listless. She's sort of sitting aimlessly. Every so often you hear a sigh. You see her calculating in her mind, muttering to herself every so often. But it's nothing that you can catch even with your high passive perception.
No, 25 PP does nothing. No.
25 pp. It's not because you cannot hear her say anything. It's because it's too disjointed.
Right, okay.
All you
What happens
catch
if I start
is
talking to her, though?
yeah, she speaks to you fine. It's just not as excited as you remember her to be when she was working, when she was pretty much before you picked her up.
Am I gonna make her help me out even if she's in this state? No, Valerius is a good fiance. He's gonna tell her, it's like, hey, I'm gonna grab you some ice cream or something and we'll talk later, okay? And yeah, I'll make do with Catherine and Masun Kyok.
Okay. She is going to sort of look at you and go, if anything, do you know when we can leave?
Valerius stops in his tracks and it's like, there are forces more powerful than us working out of our sight, and plans are going about, and I can't give you any solid timeline as of right now, but once these plans have concluded or semi-concluded, I'm fairly certain I can give you a time frame then.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm restless. I cannot. There's
Okay,
nothing here.
Valerius goes up and wait, where she's sitting at the table, is it?
Yeah, she's just
Alright.
in the house.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a chair and sit down. Well, I'm gonna be real here. You are only here because I was selfish. I didn't want to lose you to the people that hold me accountable for what I've done to some of them, and I just couldn't picture my life without you anymore. I guess that's why you're here. At least for right now.
She looks as if she wanted to say something. Like it was like a big deep breath that she just let out. Make me an insight check.
You're making me roll a lot of things that Valerius does not know how to do. No! Oh wow, this is still higher than what Gamora rolled.
18. You have seen this behavior before once upon a time, a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away. When you pretty much demanded that she stop eating a thing she's minorly allergic to, but it's so tasty.
Oh. Okay.
She wanted
Oh.
to complain about it then, but
I
she
feel the
didn't.
pain.
It's she
Okay.
she's sort of like, you know, she's angry, but she's being real passive aggressive about it.
Okay, Valerius kind of like leans his hands on the his arm, his elbows on the table, and like lists a little bit closer to Aaron. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna come on and say it. Whatever, I'm fairly certain that whatever I said that night probably, well, no, has definitely affected you in some sense. I have no idea what you were working on, and I'm fairly certain you don't, at least not 100%, want to be here. And I'm really, really sorry for dragging you out here on my own selfish reasons. And if you want to take that out on me, by all means, go ahead. I'm not gonna hold that against you, at least not for this.
you see her eyes well up. And then in the midst of like having a frog in her throat, she goes, "That was my life's work. I don't think I'll ever get a chance like that anymore."
Okay, I'm gonna pull her into a hug and just start talking to her. I need a brain. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna like cut
Shall we
from that.
put this to RP? Like to
Yeah.
this RP, I should say. Yeah. Okay.
Because
I'll start the headline
what
for that.
what
then.
essentially is happening now is although you have hugged her, she is still stiff as a board
Mhm.
and she is breathing heavily, and it's not like calm heavy breathing, it's angry heavy breathing.
All right.
I don't know if
Well-
you heard that before.
Oh, believe me, as a paramedic, I have.
It's like if she could growl, she would be growling right now.
All right.
Um,
I'll put this here and continue it later.
Okay. We will hold on to that. And essentially all of you are now working towards your goal. Gunlag, you have family matters that should be overseen either
Yeah.
during these break days, it's up to you.
Having told her mom that maybe Valeria should work on this, just in case something goes wrong and he doesn't come back, she's also realized that maybe she needs to do the same.
Valerius just comes back with a giant slap mark across his cheek and not wanting to talk about anything. It's like, oh boy.
Hi.
Hello,
Feeling-
Wendigo.
Wendigo will grab his lice shampoo and go and take a proper bath in the nice shower,
Okay.
the lovely bathroom from before.
You are in the nice shower. You take a bath. Halfway through the bath, a familiar woman sort of comes into the bathroom towards you. She clears her throat, and it's Lily. And she's sort of looking at you, but at the same time, you know that whatever she's going to say has nothing to do with you.
Wait, she managed to get out all the way from the club mat?
Oh, you're not there. Okay. I thought you were in the club head, sorry.
No. He will go to the other bathroom first and clean
The
up.
far away. Okay. So
Uh,
you're cleaning up. Rescind everything I just said.
Okay. He'll get cleaned up, make sure he's properly clean, put his suit properly, spend some time staring at the mirror and his back, checking everything, teeth, breath. Then he will he will look around for the closest thing resembling cologne, and if failing that, he'll just take the air freshener. Then
the
he will
hell?
go. Mhm. Then
Mhm.
he will go back to the club med and look for Lily in the house.
Okay, Lily is in. She's not in the house. She is with the children, but she sees you walking towards the house, and then she will
Mm.
sort of walk away from the children's house towards you, and now you are walking side by side towards her designated home. She clears her throat and she goes, "Wendigo, yeah, I have it's a bit of a quandary because your friend Morgana."
Mm-hmm.
I found out that her last name is Waters,
Mm-hmm.
and this has been sitting with me for a very long time. Once a while back ago, so I remember hearing words through the grapevine that I don't know if she knows this, but there was a hit on her family. I'm not sure what that means, but Apparently, it went well.
Mm-hmm. Listening.
That's as far as I know, but it's been sitting with me for a while now because I saw her playing with the children. Might be nothing. And then she sort of stops talking entirely and just follows you to the house.
Wendigo will pause at the door and ask her, "You like the children?"
I've always liked children. It's unfortunate that you've never seen me with young creatures before, given the situation, of course. And she chuckles.
Mm-hmm. You want to work or orphanage?
She shakes her head. Wendigo. We've worked with and on each other for so long. I really like my job. Children being around sometimes is refreshing.
Hmm.
But I
What?
am far too old to be wanting any of the children of my own anyway.
What would you like?
She thinks for a while. Actually, I would like to say that I have a pretty good life. Considering, of course, it's mildly dangerous depending on who your client is, when, and what time. There have been many situations where you might have caused me a great discomfort. But that never came to pass.
I'll do my best.
And indeed is very much appreciated. I have no wants or needs beyond what I have achieved for myself. Although this situation does give me a reprieve from my usual day-to-day banalities, although I must say that I may or may not have pissed off some clients who are being neglected as we speak. That's probably one or two accounts that I will never see again. Probably Vanya has taken these clients from me.
Lily, if no, when you return, would you like anything different?
I don't know if I've told you this, but it would be nice to have my own uh, specialty house where I am in control. Soon, but that soon cannot come sooner.
I'll see what I can arrange.
You feel a hand on yours as you walk. I don't expect you to do anything. You know how well equipped I am for taking care of myself. But I will not reject any gifts.
I'll try.
Make me she's gonna insight check you. So what are you gonna contest it?
No, he's being serious when he says I'll try. It's like, if I'm doing work for this multinational organization, especially considering the first job, I can probably easily set someone up.
Okay.
It's like, let's see here, we have like 500 GP diamonds and platinum pieces and all that.
Making it rain. You do not see her look at you, but she does sort of again clear her throat. I'm not going to pry, but there seems to be something going on. There's a looming dark cloud above your head.
The more you know.
She nods. For safety reasons, it's entirely up to you, but you cannot fault an old woman to not be a little bit curious when her best client is behaving in such an extraordinary way.
I'll do what I can to set you up. Then maybe we'll have a talk when this is over.
She nods. Come, why don't you have lunch with me? Dinner. Sometimes the time here is very strange. It feels like Kreira, it feels like Bror, but it's warm and calm. Too calm. I am very unused to this. Also, this
Maybe
magical cupboard thing. We
Hmm.
need one for the normal places in town, generally.
He nods and he will follow her in.
Okay.
I'm dressed for the occasion.
She nods. Perhaps I should change as well. She disappears for a while, leaving you to your own devices in a very comfortable um, dining area adjoining a kitchen. Lily has always had a penchant for making things beautiful. Like a flair for interior design, a flair of making things that are otherwise shabby into something that looks a little bit more opulent, clean, stylized. And you see this. From the first time all of you came here, she has changed it to becoming quintessentially Lily like.
Hmm. He will afford himself a rare little smile and he'll be on his best behavior for the rest of the evening.
Okay. There is nothing extraordinary that goes on. She makes her small talk. She diligently manifests whatever it is from the magical food cupboard, as well as drinks, and you have a lovely evening. That evening, as well, a bunch of you receives several parcels of objects. The ones that I am aware of, anyway. Collectively, people who don't have an amulet of proof against detection and location gets one. There is also a note on that that says, if you are going to go on vacation, please return this to Aegis so that we may detect you when we need you. If you go AWOL, we will find you. The hard way. That was implied. For Wendigo, you get a ring of warmth. You get 300 platinum pieces and a ring of disguise. For Gunlog, there is one immovable rod for you, a +1 shield, a note that says if you need upgrade spellcasting material focus, just see Con. 300 platinum pieces. And then there's a note that says Boots of Winterland, Pearl of Power, Luckstone, Periaptive Room Closure. All these things belong to known individuals, and you will have to fight them to wrestle it away from them.
Okay.
You know, this is
rod. Sorry, you said some other stuff, but I just needed to take note of it at the same time.
Yeah. The four things essentially is Ethis telling you to go fuck yourself in the nicest way.
Yes, I got that one, but what was it I did get? I got the immovable rod, I got
+1 shield.
spellcasting. +1 shield, thank you.
Your spell casting materials has been paid for.
Yep.
And 300 platinum pieces. Basically, everybody gets 300 plats.
Yep.
Morgana stuff, I will text her. Boss never told me what she wants. Valerius, you get boots of levitation.
Nice.
It's a gust of wind is a spell or a cantrip?
Spell.
It's a spell, yeah.
Spell. It is a wand of gust of wind. It's a fart wand. You can use it 3 times a day.
Hey, nice. Okay.
And you have an immovable rod as well. I know you wrote 3, but no.
I'm only getting 1. Okay, that's sad. I guess I have to buy the other ones.
Yep. And also remember, all of you get 300 PP. Just write it down somewhere.
By the way, I forgot to add a spyglass to that list. Can I get that too?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm just gonna buy more removable rods.
Boots of levitation. You're not floating just randomly. Slowly floating. It's just a Valerius kite. Because Morgana is not here for today and a bulk of it is hers, would anyone like to occupy this time? Because we have another 20 minutes.
Well, sure.
Go ahead. Wendigo. What's up?
Well, the first thing Wendigo will do is bring the 300 platinum pieces to Lily and ask her if this looks enough to set up.
She looks at you with eyes full of like, what the fuck? I'm not going to ask you where you got this money, but actually, I'm kind of afraid to ask. This is plenty. Enough for you to even have a room by yourself. In fact, at some point, I hazard to say that you might be a shareholder in Lily Enterprises and a House of Horse. I need to workshop that name. It's a terrible name. The Gilded Lily.
Sounds good. He puts it gently into her hands. I'll be back.
She takes it without complaint. And she is just smiling from ear to ear at this point.
Wendigo will take his leave, and there'll be a faint smile too.
Okay. The
Then-
other two. Oh, okay. Yeah, continue. Yes, please.
Well, I guess the other two are busy. Well, they'll go on first because I don't think asking them if they want to go like snow diving in Locklear is a good time now, right?
Probably has to wait until if we
let
survive.
me just ask, Gunlog and Valerius, are you still in Fantasy Club Med? Well, right now it's Fantasy Club Med office.
I will see if Fluffy Cat Cal is that his name?
Carl.
Cool.
Cool. If he or someone he can help me with my spell focus, or if he
Mhm.
knows someone who might be willing
Okay.
to shorten the time.
You see him, and he brings out like an entire drawer worth of random shit that you probably have to sort out because when you say, I need to write a book, actually, what do you tell him?
I tell him that I have this really wonderful book that has all my things, and I poured my freaking heart and soul into this book, and I want to make it better. But I want to make it better, like magically, like magic good better. I use it for my magic. Does that make sense?
He nods. Hmm.
Better magic book.
I. I think I know what you mean. Yes,
Can you help?
of course. Oh, although I probably will not be smart enough to help you in this. I may have someone that might be able to work with you. What? He pauses for a while. What is the topic of the writing?
Well, and then she starts talking about her vision, and she starts talking about, you know, her socialist, communist, kind of anarchist mix of flavor.
It's been a while since I've heard of a person writing a manifesto. Unfortunately, it's not my forte, but I can send to you someone.
Be really, really helpful. I'm trying to kind of get this done before we need to head out again, with
Mm.
still a little bit of time to spare to just prepare for other things.
As he talks, he brings out like a whole box of expensive papers, magical inks, and various other assortment. There's even like an ink that's made out of ground rubies and sapphires.
Give me your
It's
best shit that
glitter.
Ethis would be willing to pay for. That's I'll take whatever the best shit that she'd be paying for is.
Mm. He looks at the note that you have that says just essentially what the note says is just anything she needs for her spell casting focus or whatever she needs.
I die inside at the thought of a communist manifesto written in ruby ink.
No, you don't understand.
No.
It's ruby ink, but essentially it's just glitter. It's just pink glitter.
Is it just PVC glue and glitter we got here?
I mean, if we had to make it a real life, yes. It's
Cool.
just PVC glue and glitter. Biodegradable glitter, by the way.
Of course.
Uh,
Sustainable.
Coln sets the all that shit down, and then he goes, "Well, you can pretty much take anything from here. I'm sure you'll be delighted. Although I can't imagine." And he holds up the pink glitter bottle, and I'm like, I can't imagine any kind of manifesto with this. And he shakes it. Although it would be very striking.
I feel like you
Oh,
telling me that it would be stupid makes me want to do it more. Which is in line with what I'm trying to achieve here.
he gives you the biggest Cheshire cat grin. Like it is as wide as his face, and this is the first time you're seeing it, other than his usual he giggles. And he puts it on the table in front of you, and then his face goes mildly serious for a second, He goes, the person that I will be pointing in your direction, he's very particular, so I suggest that maybe you write down what you need.
Right. Honestly, I'll probably just give him this to look through, and that should, well, some of it to look through, and that should give him an idea.
He nods. I'll send him to you. It should be easy enough to find you.
Yep, I'll be at Club Med.
What is a Club Med? Oh, that place with your family.
That's the one.
He smiles again. This time, it's not a shit-eating grin. It's a friendly, gentle smile as he thinks of your family and friends and the children. It's been a
Thank you
while
for setting that up
since.
with us, by the way. That's really nice of you.
It's not my magic. It's somebody else's. But we
Well, I
wouldn't
was told
have
you
it.
helped.
I try. Anyway, is there anything else?
No, that's it.
He nods. Then another person comes into his workshop slash office and starts sort of giving him a trail of things to go get. And you see his tail twitch. And then he rushes into the back room. Same candor, same jovial attitude. But somehow it's missing that panache that he gives when he's dealing with you. Or when your gang came in to do a fashion montage.
Yeah, because we're just way more fun.
You think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, inside it, just to be sure.
Okay. Roll me an insight.
Oh, well. Watch me roll that 20 when it doesn't count.
Close
Just
enough.
roll 20.
Close, close.
Close enough. A dirty 20. He relishes in your conversation. Not because you're so strange and out of sorts in this situation. In ages you've met so many strange people with so many affinities. But for some reason he finds amusement. Because you weren't here when he was given the chocolate, right?
No.
No, right. You're not sure why he has such attachment to your team in particular, but maybe you can find out.
I think he just likes me. Or not.
Close enough. We move to Valerius. Where are you?
Back in the room hugging Aaron. I don't think I have anything else to do besides working on the thing, so you can just skip me.
Okay. We will do some text RP.
Alright, sounds good.
I'm going to jump to Gunlog for a while. Gunlog, you hear in your mind's ear Ethes's voice. Hey, I wanted to know if you want a timeline as to when you want to go see your brother. Preferably somewhere between these 2 days so I can arrange it while talking to the Rexleys. Maybe they'll give you some leeway. The good thing is, we can teleport you there. The bad thing is, we can't give you a lot of time.
Thank you for that. Can I bring my mom? And I would like to go before we head out.
You don't get a reply back for that.
I figure she needs to check first.
If you could see her face, it would be interesting.
Yep. I figured. And there is one thing I would like to do with Gunlag as well. One last thing. Which is to go fess up to her mom.
Okay. Her mom is kind of in a sort of like mom energy creepy way.
Yep.
Is standing outside of the house looking at the house Valerius and Erin are in, and Master Ukyong, like just in that general area, and she's just looking as if she wants to do something. She's essentially being a nosy neighbor. You can't see anything inside the house, so it's not like she's peeking through. She's just mulling over her decisions.
Hey, Mom, can I talk to you?
Oh, yes, of course. She walks with you to the same seat you sat on last time.
Actually, I will bring her inside the house and just chase the group of friends out.
Oh, oh, okay. She sees and she sort of waves everybody away. Max nods in your direction and like
You guys are all
continues
been cooped up
chasing
for
the
too
other three
long
away.
anyways, so it's good. Get out and have a walk or something.
Fine. It's
Wrangle
not
the
like we
kids.
have anything to do here. And I'm just gonna say that uh the drapery is still being a drapery. I forgot his name. Toby. Toby is still like he just drapes everywhere. Okay, he's good looking. He has abs. He has that stupid triangle thing that is on his hips, and he's just draped everywhere.
Lol. You too, Toby. Go.
He grumbles and then like drags his feet out. But essentially, you're alone in this house on a beautiful little table fit for 4 people. It's a round table with a checkered tablecloth and a cute
I'll go
little
get.
teapot.
Yeah, I will go get a cup of tea from the teapot and tell my mom to go have a sit.
She sits down. She's smiling.
I'm going to see if you can come when I visit Snorre. And there's something I have to tell you.
Are you pregnant?
Why in the world? What would that have to do with Snorre at all?
She shrugs. She's like, best case scenario?
It's not a best case scenario.
Why not? I will have a tiny child to take care of while you go off gallivanting doing whatever it is.
Well, you wouldn't want me to be pregnant in the situation I'm going into right now, okay?
Fair. But you don't know that. You can see that she's clearly trying to deflect from this conversation.
I was gonna grab her hands and put a mug of tea in there, very nice warm cup of tea with some milk and sugar.
Her hands are still in your hands.
And my hands are shaking a little bit.
She reverse Uno's your hand. And now she's clasping yours and she feels it shake and she's holding on not too tight, but tight enough to stabilize it. And she's looking at you in the eyes.
My fault.
Her brows furrow and you see a little frown creep on her mouth.
It was my fault. It was it was my plan, and it was my mistake, and it was me that got caught.
You feel the grip on your hand remain steady, but you also feel her left hand attempt to stabilize itself.
I got so scared, and And I let them take him instead of me.
Still, there is silence, and she's still looking at you. You see her eyes glass up. You know that these are the beginning of tears, but you're unsure if it's tears of anguish or anger.
It's my fault, and I betrayed him, and I betrayed everyone. And it was my idea, and it was my plan, and it was all my fault, all of it. And I was too scared to take responsibility.
Her nose and cheeks start tinting red as tears begin to fall down the side of her eyes on her cheeks. But she remains hands clasped over yours, as if giving you reassurance.
Like starts crying too. He's gonna hate me for forever, and you're probably gonna be very angry at me for a while, and I don't know if the gang will ever forgive me. And I've never regretted anything more in my whole life. It's eating me up.
She moves one hand over to your face to wipe a tear, or multiple tears if you have shed. And all she says to you is, "My love." But she's crying. Make me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, okay. 28.
You hear outside the door shuffling.
Max.
You hear footsteps move away from the door outwards, and the sound disappears. Your mother is still in front of you, shedding tears, but generally noiselessly.
I'm gonna just try to get close to her and see if she wants me close to her, or if she doesn't.
Make me an insight check.
17.
She does not reject you outright. She, you know that she's trying very hard to be forgiving. But it's difficult because that is her son as well.
Yell at me.
It's
Be angry.
my love. I cannot. I can.
It should be me out there.
It should be neither. Neither of you deserve. I should have been a better mother.
What? Told us not get caught?
Taught you better. My
We're
son.
doing the best. We were doing the best we could with what we had, Mum.
There's nothing we can do about it now. I have you. Although I may not be happy with this, I'm at least happy that you chose to tell me.
Sorry. I'm so ashamed.
Please don't be ashamed for what has happened. Just be aware that you can do better in the future. I can do better in the future.
I don't think he'll ever forgive me.
That is his decision, neither one of ours. She takes the checkered tablecloth and uses it to wipe the snot that's building up on her face and the tears. It's rough, so you can see it sort of leave tiny abrasions on her face,
Well,
making
we'll
it
get
even
some-
more red.
Yeah, we get some wipes for her. And for myself.
She's now quiet, as if contemplating. But you can also see that a great deal of what she's going through is guilt. There's a lot of self-chastising going on in her.
Should have told you, and I'm really sorry for keeping it for. I should have told you, all of you.
She puts her hand on her face. She buries herself into her hands. And you hear her mumbling, I don't know if I could be as welcoming with this kind of news years ago. So maybe this is for the best.
I hope you know that the money we make doing these jobs goes straight into the community.
She just shakes her head. You know that what you just said to her sounds like platitudes.
Mm.
It doesn't matter at the moment because she just found out news about her son, balanced with the fact that she might be able to see him. She might be able to ask for forgiveness from him. It's tenuous. And that is where we're going to stop for today.
Drama.
Dramas. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will be back the next week. Yes, we will be back next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.